Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my morning routine, working a 9 to 5. As you heard, my alarm right now is currently K-pop Demon Hunters Golden. Let's go ahead and get started with this morning routine. So, the first thing that I do is get back into bed and browse my phone, whether that be social media, for example, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, most likely Instagram though. And then Facebook sometimes. I also like to browse through emails, maybe delete some emails, and just be on my phone with my animals, chilling in my blankets. And then I go to my bathroom, and in my bathroom, we're going to go ahead and set up my camera. Actually, before I have to check for cockroaches, I think, because I had a cockroach issue. Now, we're going to wash our hands after using the toilet. And after we wash our hands, I am going to get my hair up and get ready to wash my face. Actually, no, we're brushing our teeth. Look at that. So I'm going to brush my teeth. Brush, brush, brush. Make sure that my teeth are minty and fresh for the morning. Also, my pajamas are from Costco. If you like pajamas, I recommend the pajamas that I got. However, the room service pajamas aren't available right now at Costco, but when they are, definitely check them out. They are very comfortable. I have 2 sets. My friend Summer, she loves them. She actually has a set of her own pajamas from Costco. The brand's room service. And she likes to borrow mine whenever she's at my apartment. Anyways, yes, we are brushing our teeth. So, to brush my teeth, I use Hello toothpaste, that is my favorite toothpaste, and then Act mouthwash because I got to keep my act together in the morning. After I brush my teeth, I wash my face, and I'll show you the products right now. So, the face wash that I'm using is the Youth to the People Papaya face wash. However, I'm not using that one anymore because I can't afford that. I'm kind of a bougie on a budget. Then I use a toner. The toner that I use is a Thayer's Hydrating Milky Toner. And then the moisturizer that I'm using is the Burt's Bees Firming Moisturizing Cream. It's fragrance free. And those are the products that I use to wash my face. I used to use a little bit more expensive products, but I've had to cut back on costs. So, I'm trying to find cheaper alternatives to things, and I really like what I'm using right now. After I wash my face, which I wash my face very, very, I guess, diligently or thoroughly. Thoroughly is the word. After I wash my face, I dry my face with a paper towel, single-use towels. And you know what? I saw that Costco actually has face towels to wash your face, but I just use the single-use ones. And then there you have me putting on my face toner, my Thayer's face toner, hydrating milky toner. I got that one because Summer influenced me. So, Summer, if you're watching this, maybe you should also be an influencer. Question mark? You influence me. And then I put my moisturizer on. Also, if y'all ever do get this moisturizer, the Burt's Bees Firming Moisturizer Cream, you don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. I'd figure that out when I kind of was way too moisturized. And yeah. Okay, so now is the time where we make my bed. I love to make my bed every morning and give Charlie a made bed. Also, as you can see, Charlie is laying in my bed in my blankets. I will be getting out of bed and I will either put him like that, where he's laying under the blankets, or he will just be like that already. There's me giving some love to him and telling him that he has to get down. And then I'm shooing Weasley off so I can make my bed. My bedding is from Target. It is their Threshold brand that I got last year in 2024. I got it in 2024, and they got snowflakes, blue snowflakes, and then the comforters also from Target. I really love my bedding set. And then I have a little throw blanket on there, which is a gray blanket, but it's actually Charlie's blanket. Well, it's my blanket, but he has kind of claimed it, and he chews on a corner of the blanket, so it's definitely his blanket. And I'm just setting up my bed. I love my bed. My bed frame is from IKEA. They don't sell the bed frame anymore, unfortunately. Now that I'm done making my bed, we gotta feed the animals. So we'll start with feeding my cats. And here is where my cats eat, where I have their bowls. I gotta clean the area. I think it's actually clean right now. And then after I feed the cats, I gotta feed Charlie. So I do keep their food all in containers because I had an ant problem once. And there's Charlie's food bowl. I usually actually have it somewhere else, but because of my Christmas tree, I did have his food bowl in another area. And then their water bowls. So I give them spring water. Well, it looks like I'm using leftover water bottles, but typically I do give them spring water for drinking. After I open up the blinds and open up my apartment, I love letting the natural light in. God gave us the sun, and I'm going to enjoy it. So, open my blinds, and then gotta clear out this dish rack. Here's me making my breakfast. I'm just gonna have eggs and some turkey hot dogs. And look, I put away all my dishes. And cooking the turkey hot dogs. And then I like to give Charlie some pieces of turkey hot dog. So I do save a few pieces for him, and then I made him sit, and then I make him get up. Afterwards, I check on my food and see if it's ready, and it looks like it is. Actually, no, it's not. But we're gonna take vitamins. So I have my vitamin code. I take my multivitamin, women's multivitamin, and then I do take B complex every other day with some water. I like cold water, by the way. I hope I'm not the only one. After I take my vitamins, it's time to eat breakfast. So my breakfast for that morning was turkey, hot dog, and scrambled eggs, and mango, orange juice, and then I did put a spice on my mango. And I like to watch YouTube sometimes, or I'll watch a TV show. It looks like I'm gonna watch The Mentalist right now. So The Mentalist is what I was watching. And let's change into my outfit. So this was my best job at covering my work shirt, but I'm all changed. And now I gotta water my plants. I have 3 plants that I water. I didn't show the full plant. One of my plants actually died right now that I'm recording this voiceover. So rest in peace, plant. That one died. My spider plant's still alive. But yes, gotta water my plants. I love having my plants. And then that's the end of this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Bye, everyone.